Good morning, everyone. Jai Shri Krishna. Today I'll start chapter 8 of Bhagwad Gita, which is Akshar Gnana Yoga, means Yoga of Eternal God. I'll briefly talk about this yoga and recite 28 verses from this chapter. This chapter briefly explains several important terms and concepts that are presented more fully in the Upnishadas. It also describes what decides the destination of the soul after death. If we can remember God at time of departing from the body, we will certainly attain Him. Therefore, we must practice to think of Him at all times, alongside with doing our daily works. We can remember Him by thinking of His qualities, attributes, and virtues. When we perfectly absorb our mind in God through exclusive devotion, we will go beyond this material dimension to the spiritual realm. This chapter then talks about the various abodes that exist in the material realm. It explains how, in the cycle of creation, these abodes and the multitudes of beings on them come into existence and are then again absorbed back at the time of dissolution. However, transcendental to this manifest and unmanifest creation is the divine abode of God. Those who follow the path of light ultimately reach the divine abode and never return to this mortal world, while those who follow the path of darkness keep transmigrating in the endless cycle of birth, disease, old age, and death. Verses 1 to 28. Arjuna Uvacha Kim Tatmapna Kim Madhyamam Kim Karma Purushottam Adhibhutam Cha Kim Proktam Adhidevam Kimuchyate Adhiyakshah Katham Gotra Dehe Asmin Madhusudana Prayanakale Cha Katham Jneyossi Niyatatmanihi. Shri Bhagwan Uvacha Aksharam Brahma Param Mam Subhavo Adhyayam Manuchyate Bhutabhavo Dvavakaro Visargaha Karma Sajjitaha Adhibhutam Ksharo Bhavaha Purushasadi Devatam Adhiyagnet Hamevatra Dehe Deha Prutam Vara Antakale Cha Mameda Smaran Mukta La Kavleram Prayati Samruddhava Yati Nastra Sansayah Yayam Vapi Smaran Bhava Tyanjante Kalevaram Tameva Iti Konteya Sada Tattva Vibhavita Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu Mamanuspara Yuddhacha Madhyarpino Rabuddhi Irma Eveshyam Sansayama Abhyashayoga Yuktena Chetasa Nanya Gamina Paramam Purusham Divyam Yathi Parthanu Chityana Kavi Purana Mano Sitara Mano Hrina Samano Smerataha Sarvasya Datara Machit Swarup Madit Paras Tamasha Parastat Prayanakale Manascha Ashachulen Bhaktya Yugo Yogapalen Jaiva Bhuvor Madhye Pranameveshya Samakya Satam Param Purushamupeti Divyam Yagnaksharam Vedavido Vadante Vishanti Yadyado Vitragaha Yadichanto Brahmacharya Charanti Tatte Padam Sangrahen Pravakshe Sarvadrarani Sanyam Manohadi Niruttacha Mrutyadaya Manaha Pranam Astito Yogadaranam Omitkare Kaksharam Brahma Vyanma Anushmaran यः प्रयाति त्यजतेऽहं स याति परमां गतिम्। अनन्यचेतः सततं यो मां स्मरति नित्यशः तस्याहं सुलभः पार्थ नित्ययुक्तस्य योगिनः। मामुपेत्य पुनर्जन्म दुःखालयं शाश्वतं न भवन्ति महात्मानः संसिद्धि परमां गताः। ब्रह्म भुवनलोकाः पुनर्वतातिनोर्जिनः मामुपेत न तु कौन्तेय पुनर्जन्म न विद्यते। सहस्रयुगपर्यन्तम् ब्रह्मणो विदुः रात्रियुगसहस्राणां ते रोहात्रविदो जनाः। अव्यक्तव्यक्तवः सर्वाः प्रभन्वन रागमे रात्यागमे प्रलीयन्ते तेऽत्र व्यक्सच्चिके। भूतग्रामः स एवायं भूत्वा भूत्वा प्रलीयते रात्यागमे वसः पार्थ प्रभवत्यहरागमे। परस्मत्तो भावोऽन्यो व्यक्तो अव्यक्तो सनातनः यशः सर्वषु भूतेषु नश्यत्सु न विनश्यति। अव्यक्तो अक्षर इत्युवक्त स्तमाहो परमां गतिम् यं प्राप्य न निर्वर्तन्ते तत्तं परमं मम। पुरुषः स परः पार्थ भक्त्या लभस्व अन्यन्या यस्यान्तःस्थानि भूतानि येन सर्वमिदं ततम्। यत्र काले त्वनामृत्ते मावृत्तिं चैव नो योगिनः प्रयातायान्ति तं कालं वक्ष्यामि भरतवर्षम्। अग्निज्योतिरः शुक्लः ब्रह्मणश उत्तरायणं तत्र प्रयाता गच्छन्ति ब्रह्मविदो जनाः। धूमो रात्रिस्तथा कृष्णः पश्माना दक्षिणायनं तत्र चान्द्रमसं ज्योतिर्गै प्राप्य निवर्तते। शुक्लकृष्णे गति हेते जगतः शाश्वते मते एक्या यातना वृमते अन्ययावृते पुनः। नीते श्रुति पार्थ जान एक्यो योगी मुह्यति कश्चन तस्मान् वर्षेषु कालेषु योगयुक्तो भवार्जुन। वेदेषु यज्ञेषु तपः शुचैव दानेषु युक्तफलं प्रदिष्टम् अत्येति तत्त्वविदं विदित्वा योगी परं स्थानमुपेतु चाद्यम्। Which means, Arjuna said, O Supreme Lord, what is Brahman or absolute reality? What is Adhyatma or individual soul? And what is karma? What is said to be Abhibhuta and who is said to be Adidvaita? Who is Adi-Yagna and body, and how is he Adi-Yagna? O Krishna, how are you to be known at the time of death by those of steadfast mind? The blessed Lord said, the supreme indestructible entity is called Brahman. One's own self is called Adhyatma, action pertaining to the material personality of living beings, and its development are called karma or fruitive activities. O best of the embodied soul, the physical manifestation that is constantly changing is called Abhibhuta. The universal form of God which presides over the celestial gods in this creation is called Adidvaita. I who dwell in the heart of every living being am called Adi Yagna, or the Lord of all sacrifices. Those who relinquish the body while remembering me at the moment of death will come to me. There is certainly no doubt about it. Whatever one remembers upon giving up the body at the time of death, O son of Kunti, one attains that state, being always absorbed in such contemplation. Therefore, always remember me and also do your duty of fighting the war with the mind and intellect surrendered to me. You will definitely attain me. Of this there is no doubt. With practice, O Partha, when you constantly engage the mind in remembering me, the Supreme Divine Personality, without deviating, you will certainly attain me. God is omniscient, the most ancient one, the controller, subtler than the subtlest, and beyond all darkness of ignorance. One who at the time of death, with unmoving mind attained by the practice of yoga, fixes the prana, means life air, between the eyebrows and steadily remembers the Divine Lord with great devotion, certainly attains him. Scholars of Vedas describe him as imperishable, great ascetics practice the vow of celibacy and renounce worldly pleasures to enter into him. I shall now explain to you briefly the path to that goal. Restraining all the gates of the body and fixing the mind in the heart region, and then drawing the life breath to the head, one should get established in steadfast yogic concentration. One who departs from the body while remembering me, the Supreme Personality, and chanting the syllable Om, will attain the supreme goal. O Partha, for those yogis who always think of me with exclusive devotion, I am easily attainable because of their constant absorption in me. Having attained me, the great souls are no more subject to rebirth in this world, which is transient and full of misery, because they have attained the highest perfection. In all the worlds of this material creation, up to the highest abode of Brahma, you will be subject to rebirth, O Arjuna, but on attaining my abode, O son of Kunti, there is no further rebirth. One day of Brahma, means Kalpa, lasts 1,000 cycles of the 4 ages, Mahayuga, and his night also extends for the same span of time. The wise who know this understand the reality about day and night. At the advent of Brahma's day, all living beings emanate from the unmanifest source, and at the fall of his night, all embodied beings again merge into their advent of Brahma's day and are reabsorbed onto the arrival of cosmic night to manifest again automatically on the advent of the next cosmic day. Transcendental to this manifest and unmanifest creation, there is yet another unmanifest eternal dimension. The realm does not cease even when all others do. That unmanifest dimension is the supreme goal, and upon reaching it, one never returns to this mortal world. That is my supreme abode. The Supreme Divine Personality is greater than all that exists. Although He is all-pervading and all living beings are situated in Him, yet He can be known only through devotion. I shall now describe to you the different paths of passing away from this world, O best of Bharatas, one of which leads to liberation and the other leads to rebirth. Those who know the Supreme Brahman and who depart from this world during the 6 months of the sun's northern course, the bright fortnight of the moon, and the bright part of the day attain the supreme destination. The practitioners of Vedic rituals who pass away during the 6 months of the sun's southern course, the dark fortnight of moon, the time of smoke, the night, attain the celestial abodes. After enjoying celestial pleasures, they again return to the earth. These two bright and dark paths always exist in this world. The way of light leads to liberation, and the way of darkness leads to rebirth. Yogis who know the secret of these two paths, or patha, are never bewildered. Therefore, at the times, be situated in yoga, means with union with God. The yogis who knows this secret gain merit far beyond the fruits of Vedic rituals, the study of the Vedas, performances of sacrifices, austerities, and charities. Such yogis reach the supreme abode. अतः श्रीमद् भगवद गीता अष्टम अध्याय अष्टाविंशति श्लोकम संपूर्णम. Namaste.